Hey, what's up, people? Pizzal here, and I wanted to do a quick video to discuss the SNES Classic Edition, which Nintendo officially announced today, June 26th, will be releasing on September 29th of this year. And I also wanted to discuss the just overall complete lack of excitement that I've witnessed from most people on social media regarding this announcement from Nintendo and why there is such an overall lack of excitement for the SNES Classic Edition. That's right, Nintendo will be releasing a follow-up to their NES Classic Edition, which YOLO Jason is kind enough to be modeling behind me, very Vanna White-like, a mini retro SNES console that comes complete with 2 controllers and 21 games and is going to be priced at $80, and it will be released on September 29th of this year. It will include games like Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart, Super Punch-Out, Super Metroid, Donkey Kong Country, F-Zero, Super Castlevania, a whole slew of classic Super Nintendo games. Now, this all sounds well and good. We get 2 controllers with this bundle, much longer cords, thank goodness, and I love the Super Nintendo. It was my favorite console growing up. I spent countless hours playing Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart, Mortal Kombat 2, Super Tecmo Bowl, Ryan Sandberg, baseball. The list goes on and on and on. But I loved the Super Nintendo. It was really the last console of my childhood, because beyond the Super Nintendo, I totally got out of gaming for many, many years, but I loved the Super Nintendo. Why am I just feeling meh about the whole thing? Why is the overall consensus, at least in my eyes, from people on social media, pretty much the same? That's because there is a black cloud hanging over the release of the SNES Classic Edition, and one question that lingers about the entire thing, and that is, will Nintendo screw this up? And I see you all out there nodding your heads and muttering, yep, under your breath, because we all saw the complete and utter debacle that was the NES Classic Edition and how royally Nintendo screwed up what appeared to be a completely safe bet. The NES Classic Edition should have sold millions upon millions of units and made Nintendo billions of dollars. Every retro gamer wanted that little console behind me in their home. Every gamer my age who grew up playing the NES wanted this little console behind me in their home. But Nintendo, in typical Nintendo fashion, did not produce anywhere near enough supply to meet the overwhelming demand. The launch was a complete catastrophe. And then just a couple of short months later, Nintendo announced we're discontinuing the NES Classic Edition outright. Now, when the rumor mill first started churning about the NES Classic Edition actually being a thing, I did a video and I talked about how just overall benevolent I was about the whole thing, because you know Nintendo's going to screw this whole thing up. And I think that's part of the reason why the overall response to the announcement that the NES Classic Edition is coming this September has been met with a similar response from most gamers, is because of the same. And Nintendo is fully aware of this, because Nintendo released this statement regarding the SNES Classic Edition. This is from the website endgadget.com. I'll put a link to the article below. But this is an official press release from Nintendo, and I quote, "We aren't providing specific numbers, but we will produce significantly more units of Super NES Classic Edition than we did of NES Classic Edition. Super Nintendo Entertainment System Super NES Classic Edition is currently planned to ship from September 29th until the end of calendar year 2017. At this time, we have nothing to announce regarding any possible shipments beyond this year. And now I love this statement because it's complete doublespeak. What they're saying is, okay guys, don't worry. You're not going to have to wait in line for hours at your favorite retail chain to pick up an SNES Classic. You're not going to have to deal with a crashing website because it's inundated with traffic to pre-order the SNES Classic Edition. You're not going to have to deal with scalpers on eBay charging $45,000 for an SNES Classic Edition, or you're not going to have to sell your immortal soul to the devil to get your hands on one of these mini morsels of nostalgia. We're going to produce plenty. However, we're only going to produce this amount between September 29th and the end of calendar year 2017. Beyond that point, we'll probably discontinue them just like we did the NES Classic Edition. So if you want one, you're probably going to have to wait in line for hours at your favorite retail chain or deal with a crashing website inundated with traffic to pre-order, or deal with scalpers on eBay who are charging $45,000, or sell your immortal soul to the devil to get your hands on one of these mini morsels of nostalgia. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say about the SNES Classic Edition, if you're excited about it. If you're not excited, do you plan on getting one? How far will you go to get an SNES Classic Edition? I guess that's the real question here. Were you burned by the NES Classic Edition and now you could care less about the SNES Classic Edition? Let me know down in the comments section below your thoughts, your feelings. Are you excited? Are you meh? Let me know all things SNES Classic Edition related down in the comments section below. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. They're also right around here. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.